folks, episode 3, Watanare, aka There's No Freak Way I'll be a lover unless you know, things have been getting spicy. Last week was very
it was
very spicy, right? But I you know, I'm gonna say it full stop. I got spoiled on what's gonna happen in this episode, at least at the very end. I still don't have all the context, but what the clip that went viral on Twitter and was breaking Twitter, you know, over the weekend, well, literally yesterday, not even over the weekend, the episode came out yesterday, so it was breaking Twitter yesterday. Oh yeah, thankfully Kayla has not been spoiled, so
no.
she
I've had an interesting morning. I haven't been on Twitter
she's
today.
Yeah. Whew, it's spicy, I'll say that. So
all right, great. Okay,
yes. All right,
great.
I'm just gonna press this play button and we're gonna jump right into it, man.
Yeah, just to reiterate again, if you look at her clips, they are the bi flag.
Oh my.
See, look, those are the bi flag colors.
Oh man.
Sometimes it really is just that. Oh yeah.
You're filming me. She hasn't even held hands. Oh. Oh.
Oh, my heart. Doki doki for real.
My falling for a girl, doki doki.
It's social anxiety. Whoa. Oh my god, this is breaking my heart. That's a real friend. It's a real.
This is more hand holding than her and my.
Yeah.
Yo, she's the gamer.
I mean, I know it's something else is gonna happen, but yay.
Yo. Phone call now. Yeah. She coming over. Oh. Let's say she's about to come over.
How you know someone is in France? They have the Eiffel Tower in the background. Ooh. She's about to fly back so quick. She's gonna be there right now.
Bro. Bro, Mai is fucking unhinged. Mai has become unfucking hinged. She about to fly back. She's the Mai stan. We already know. Meanwhile, she couldn't care if Mai lived or die.
No.
God damn. Knock the shit out of her.
Wow. Oh my god.
That hand.
Oh, that kind of scared me. That was like, what?
Oh man. quick time event.
Huh?
Oh man. Here we go.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mm. uh, oh man.
Is it mine? Is it mine? It's mine.
Here we fucking go. Oh man.
Cheating wench.
Yeah. Oh man. Oh man.
I guess Mai's energy is
Too intimidating. Yo, my one. Super Smash Brothers. Oh man.
Oh my god.
Oh man. Oh man, they are. It's heating up.
Wait.
Yeah.
Oh. Oh my god.
Oh my god. Yo. Oh man. Oh man. Oof. Are you okay, Kayla?
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh.
Oof.
Oh my god. Oh.
I know this was not what you were expecting to see on a Monday. On a
No.
Tuesday, my bad. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Oh my god. I'm so Oh man. Okay. So let's start at least with Aji-san.
Mhm.
I going through Renako and her remembering her experience with other girls in her school and how they just
Mhm.
disregarded her feelings and didn't press on why she may or may not be comfortable being around boys.
Mhm.
Paying attention to like cues and stuff of Renako and just, not caring about her much to even give a fuck, right? It's very much just like, how dare you turn me down
Mm-hmm.
to not hang out? Go find yourself. And
Yeah.
that's what happens, sadly. And that only exacerbates the low self-esteem and the doubt that Reniko carries with her to this day, right? That's kind of why she's really trying to navigate even her relationship with Mai as best she can, and now
Yeah.
her relationship with these other girls, but taking a step, further with Aji-san. Um, and I think it's really sweet to run into someone uh who you don't expect to actually pay attention to you,
Mm-hmm.
and then like to be caught by surprise that, oh, you notice, and you're actually taking care and being mindful of how I feel about this situation. But also, Aji, uh because she, as an older sister, she also knows what it feels like to kind of be in these situations where probably she isn't being paid attention to, so she's
Mm-hmm.
more observant. I know as an older sister, I'm like that. Um, I'm more observant of the people around me, of my friends and stuff like that. And I'm not saying I'm better than, or it's easy. Maybe it is easier for me to pick up when someone is uncomfortable in a social situation and
Mm-hmm.
just pull them aside and try to help them regulate. Um, and that's what she's trying to do. That's what she was doing for Reniko. But also you start to see the little um where it could still, like, there's still a friendship
Yeah.
in the basis of teasing, of caring, and that's what Reniko is fighting in her, like, wow, this feels comfortable, this feels like what I want in someone, in a friendship, right?
Mm-hmm.
That this is what I always thought friendship would be: someone who likes to say same things I do, someone who thinks I'm cool, someone who I think is cute and I can't get like enough of, who's teasing me, and it's that friendly banter. But as a lot of us know, those also, like in Maya's mind, a lot of that also line more intimate partner personal relationships. It's all about how you set those boundaries. And right now, what we're just trying to navigate in her teen life is just a boundary that she's looking for friends.
Mm-hmm.
But as the episode goes on, it's at least from my perspective, I can see how this can also be interpreted as flirting, or wanting to be more than just friends with someone. But Aji and Mai run at their own paces. They're two different people. So this, showcasing the extremes of at least these
Mm-hmm.
two women thus far, that Reniko seems to have the most attraction for, right? Because even in the previous episode, she stated, "Man, if Aji had asked me, it'd be more difficult for me to say no." So there's already the underlining attraction there. She's just, like most things, it's taking some time for her to come to terms and admit it.
Yeah.
Which funnily enough circles back to what happens here at the end. I think, like, it's very sweet to watch them interact, and I like it's so funny for me because I like many different, right, and I can also be a even though I am who I am, I know that I fit certain types for other women and for other men. Like, I can come across as someone like Aji, very, and not say that I'm cutesy, but I also
Mm-hmm.
know how I act and how people see me and
Mm-hmm.
how people interact with me is kind of on the same line. So if I am flirting with someone, or if I do feel an attraction for them that is more than just friendship, it sometimes I can see in the other person's mind that they're not picking up on it because I'm just cute to them, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's fine. I like being cute. I like acting cute. It is what it is. But yeah, just watching their interaction but completely sympathizing with Renako, but also seeing kind of how Aji's mind or character works, because I have certain similarities.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I mean, and we'll get to know the other girls, but as of right now, I think I was probably more Reniko in my teen years, and I'm probably, even though Aji-san is like still a teenager, I'm probably
Yeah.
a little bit more her now. Um, And it's just very funny to see how these two personalities are interacting, but how good it could be as friends, but also knowing how good it could be in a partner intimate relationship, right?
Yeah.
You see the cracks of Reniko kind of absent-mindedly blurting things out, which is I do find that so endearing about her character, that even though she has social anxiety, that she is, you know, quite extroverted, there's still this introverted. She's quite extroverted in some of her mannerisms and how she interacts with Mai and Aji now.
Yeah.
And even with like her sister there at the end where she brings Aji home, and it's just like, ha, like,
Yeah.
that's not really
Yeah,
something
you
an
stay.
introvert do.
Yeah.
That's very much just like something like, oh, look at me in my cute, and like,
Yeah.
like, you know what I mean? So she does have extrovert tendencies, but they're slowly coming out. And she also does stand up for herself. She's very vocal about, you know, certain aspects of what she's looking for and who she is. But also because she's a teenager and trying to mitigate between speaking her mind, but also not being confident in who she is, she's dealing with this internal battle. And this is very much how we see the end completely fall apart with Mai.
Yeah.
I think like even I like that like the way Aji falls over at the end, you could tell that she's a weekend flirt, and like her
Mm-hmm.
saying, it's okay, I don't mind." She knows like she clocks in Reniko's mind how Reniko's looking at her,
Mm-hmm.
and it's just like, oh, it's not a bad thing that you're looking at me that way. I'll forgive you. It is what it is,
Mm-hmm.
but I'm not. You don't see me getting up like quick, right?
Yeah.
She doesn't get off the floor until like
My
doorbell rings.
comes.
So how much flirting in
How?
that respect would have continued from Aji to Renako to try to feel out the situation that's happening there. But I could also see them just, being like really cool friends. And I
Mm-hmm.
love that both Mai and Aji see aspects of Renako that R- Renako feels, but is so surprised that no one else around her has seen yet. So it's that being seen, right, in
Mm-hmm.
those moments. And that's also what's she's finding attractive in these individuals.
Mm-hmm.
That these are aspects of her that they both have seen and no one that other people haven't seen in her before. So it starts building that curious nature of, oh wow, okay, this is what this feels like. But also because she's looking for friends, sometimes it's hard to see past that. I mean, look, it's wonderful having friends who see you. Mike and I were
Mm-hmm.
just having a conversation that it's really wonderful to have people in your life that aren't more than just the
Mm-hmm.
close bonds of friendship, and you can't live your life without, and you can't see yourself without it being more,
Mm-hmm.
right? And let's say Reniko chooses no one at the end of this. It's also a journey of self-discovery, and I think that's kind of where we really need to meet these situations at
Yeah.
in this story. This is really a journey of self-discovery for Reniko. Um, yeah, I think like I really like how Ajisan is represented. I like her vibe. I like that she's very open and bright, but she's also telling Reniko in all certain ways that like, don't make me jealous.
Mm-hmm.
I can get mad. Don't let my cute facade fool you. I'm more than
Yeah.
just what you are currently perceiving me as now. Right? So there's that
She's,
little
she,
I'm
she,
more.
Renico says that she's an angel, but she got a little
Yeah.
devil in her too. So.
Right. Like girl, that's great and all, but I'm more than just that, right? Like we could be right where I can see the building blocks of, do not just take me at face value. There is more to me than you think, and maybe there could be more to us than you're currently thinking. But
Mm-hmm.
she moves at her own pace, as does Mai, as does Reniko, and I love this because like I I don't know how fleshed out everything's gonna be, but
Yeah.
to me this is starting to feel quite fleshed out, at least for these three right now. That I have a contextual grasp of who they are as people. And these are the types of people I see out in the world or
Mm-hmm.
who I surround myself with. Um, my being I think with her life feels like it's in the extreme. Even before Reniko, right? Her
Mhm.
life is in the extreme. She's a model. She's famous. She has high expectations of like people have high expectations of her. Her mother has high expectations of her. The way she presents herself, it's all in an extreme,
Yeah.
right? I have to fly out an extreme. I have to go do this. It's an extreme. I have these feelings I have to keep, but they're bubbling over and building up. So, like with my seeing aspects of Reniko or Aji-san seeing aspects of Reniko, it's new to her that Reniko sees aspects of her. So it's just like you get me and I appreciate that. Like that's how
Mhm.
the conversation starts, right? Like I don't want to burden you because it's expected for me not to burden you. And but when you start feeling comfortable with someone, those things that you want to talk about start to slip.
Yeah.
And Reniko being like the good she's trying to be a good friend. It's like, hey, you can talk to me. This is what I'm here for. And as Mai's able to be open with her, even in just like a friend aspect, right? This is also new to her, so she's also discovering this new side of herself
Mhm.
with someone who is seeing aspects in her that other people haven't. So,
Mhm.
but because she lives her life in extremes, it is very much just like, oh wow, I feel this intensely. I
Yeah.
feel this want for you so intensely because my life is intense. My personality is intense. But even in the phone call, as she's doing it, like, and she's just like, damn, fuck. Yeah, maybe that kiss did fuck me up. Maybe how, like, she's admitting in real time, right?
Mhm.
That shit, okay, maybe you are right. Maybe romantic feelings do fuck things up, but I can't stop how I'm feeling about you. But also, wench, don't cheat on me. And then she's like, oh, I'm seeing other girls. But wait, no, I'm sorry. That was wrong of me. I shouldn't have said. It's all,
She was crashing
like
out.
you said, it's unhinged, but it's a crash out, and
Yeah.
but it comes to a point where it's just like you have to be on the other end going, girl, what? And that's why she just throws the phone. It's like, yeah, this is too much. You're being too much, and Renico calls her out on that, which again is
Mhm.
another thing that Mai is also discovering about herself, that she can feel these extreme emotions in this way, but also shit, it's wrong to feel like this. It's wrong to approach it like this. But how
Yeah.
do I control it? I can't control it. It's so much. There are a lot of feelings.
Like the Phoenix Force. I can't control
Right, no.
it.
I am Phoenix, right? It's also trying to have grace too, that she is also a teenager
Mhm.
when watching this, right? And I will admit to for me personally, I view girl teenagers differently than I view boy teenagers, because when I look at someone like Mayan Reniko, even though I know society can be harsh towards boys, and very restrictive in how we want them to express themselves. They're still free to express themselves. Whereas these two girls are kind of living on the fringes of I it's wrong to talk about this stuff, right? It's not what's expected of me, so I can't figure it out. And now I'm trying to figure it out all in one because oh my god, I like her. But oh my god, do I actually like her? Oh my god, but do I like girls? Oh my god, but I like girls, but I usually always get what I want, but now I'm not getting what I want.
Mhm.
Like it's to me it's a very fascinating character study. And maybe I'm reading more into it, but like this is like I think I have to because this is the first time I'm seeing anime like this where it's just all girls experiencing all these love emotions all at the time, and it's
Mhm.
focused on the emotions of the female characters as opposed to having to worry about what a boy is going through all the time. Most of the times we really, when it comes to harem animes where or poly animes, um where it's the boy, the story really focuses on just the guy's feelings, and every once in a while we'll get a caveat into, and I'm not saying it's with every anime because I haven't, not my favorite genre. I don't watch that stuff anymore. But a lot of time we really just focus on your male protag, then and then maybe get a 10-15 minute caveat into the real feelings of the female character that likes him and what that really means. But then we go right back to him. Whereas this, we are literally bouncing off of all the girls. We're getting insight into how they all feel. At least the three girls thus far. And even a little bit with her sister, right? Like, so I think that's like real fascinating. So yeah, I think like I crashed out there at the end, obviously, and I don't know what the full conversation
Yeah.
is, and I'm
I'll
about
tell
to
you after.
jump into that now.
Yeah.
Um, so yeah, let's go with the extremeness of mine, um, and understanding her character in that way, and understanding the situation that just happened with Renika, and you
Yeah.
could even see it and you just show it like in Mai's face that she's so enamored with
Reniko.
Reniko
Yeah.
looking at her. Like I've had those moments where I'm like just lost in the moment, and even you kind of just get tunnel vision because you're so in awe with the woman who's in front of you, the person who's there, and yeah, and then feeling these feelings, and you kind of don't know how to stop yourself, and you're both feeling these things, and I say that as because happy Rosario week, everyone. A year ago, a year ago yesterday, a Rhaenyra and Rosario kiss on House of the Dragon, and there's been a lot of conversation about the lead up to the kiss, and how people feel about it, and it's kind of a semi similar. Well, no, it's not that. I mean, I think on the fringes, they are similar situations, but I would have to go, like, we would have to do a whole caveat, a whole vignette about that moment in House of Dragon, which we don't have time for. But like, yeah. So with my jumping the plane to come see her, I think we all saw
Yeah.
that coming. 'Cause joking about it as they were on the, it's like she feels possessive
Yeah.
of Reniko because again she is, even though she is a lovely young woman with a lovely personality and a good heart, she is still spoiled.
Yep.
They all note that she gets what she wants, and if she's an only child, which I believe she is,
Yes.
it is very like, well, my things are mine, and if someone's trying to take that from me, I need to step in and make it be known that this is mine, right?
Yep.
So maybe she's aware that Aji might have feelings for Reniko, or maybe it's just the underlining thought of, fuck, if I don't get there now, Reniko and I are already having combative feelings and we can't agree on this. What, I can't have someone swoop in and stop what I got going.
Yeah.
I can't have someone throw a wrench in this plan. I have to make a show of it, and that's what she does. Um and even though it kind of evens out and they all have a good thing, and I think have Reniko inviting her sister as a good bumper, because it is like, fuck. Okay, number one, too, it's also, wow, I've never had two friends come, just
Yeah.
that, right? I've never had two friends come over and hang out with me ever in my, this is the first time. So now not only that, I'm having to deal with those feelings plus the feelings of, well, this girl likes me and I might maybe,
You like
I'm not
another
gonna
girl.
admit it, but I might like this other girl. But I also just really like where we're going as friends, and I don't want this one girl's feelings of romantic feelings to get in the way of me being friends with someone
Yeah.
else. So it's a lot happening there. So I thought it was like very appropriate for it last a Hail Mary to invite her sister, but like as we saw, they all were having a good, and the back and forth between whether or not to take Aji to the train, and her sister, like you said, mine's very intense, and you showed up to the house, look like shit, like a Hollywood star with 100 billion roses,
Yeah.
and she's probably already reading like this is a weird situation.
Yeah.
Um,
I'm not trying to
something's
stay here with this
right,
weirdo.
I'm not. Yeah, like, and it's probably is that, and also like, how do I stay here with someone that's gay? This is a lot, even for me. I don't want to be here. Like, I don't have any actual thought. Just this.
Yep.
I gotta go. So bye. I'll take her. I'm at least more comfortable with her because I know her a little more
Yeah.
now. I could bye. Right. All right. So they're gone. Um, and what transpired after with Reneko and Mai is very fascinating and intriguing to me. Because it is like she was making moves.
Yeah.
And but at the same time, like as we were watching the kiss in the first episode versus the kiss at the beginning of this episode,
Yeah.
right, where Reneko made it very obvious, like she get off me, right?
Yeah.
She made the motion
The
to be like,
first
yeah, no,
episode, don't kiss. Second
right,
episode, not much of rejection.
right.
Yeah.
But in the beginning of this one, it was a very physical rejection of nope,
No. She said
not
no.
here.
Yeah.
This
Yeah.
is we said not here. You do not do it here, right? So we are seeing she has set boundaries. We are seeing when she is ready to separate what is going on, right?
Yeah.
To when her mind is able to be like, yeah, I'm not okay with this, right?
Yeah.
Now, in the end here, where I think it mirrors what happens in episode 2, where even though Mai is caught up in the emotion and wanting more, and look, I don't know how disingenuous or sincere the conversation has been, but I think I'm worried that any disingenuous take also takes out the reality of feeling sometimes, even though this is a situation.
Mm-hmm.
These are also real world situations that happen, and I think people regulate how they would act in these situations sometimes versus
Mm-hmm.
how some other people act within these situations. Sometimes you're with someone and you truly just get lost in the moment.
Mm-hmm.
You get lost in the feeling. And if there it's not, how do I explain this so that we are clear on boundaries? You could have one person who's getting lost in it and then another person who is objecting, and that is fine because they are not giving consent. They
Mm-hmm.
are physically right, and that means that that person who is getting lost in the sauce needs to snap the fuck out of it and back the fuck off, right?
Mm-hmm.
Just so that we are clear.
Yeah.
Just so we are clear. In this situation, as I'm watching it, right, there is the rush of like from Renico. Oh, this is a lot, right? But it's she doesn't make a move to cover herself, right? She doesn't make a move to push her off, right? And sh- and I'm not saying that you always need words to articulate
Mm-hmm.
that you're uncomfortable with the situation. Um, but you also kind of need the physical, right? So that, and also you could sleep with someone or you could get physical or intimate with someone and be in like into it in the moment, but then after realize that that wasn't for you. And that's kind of
Mm-hmm.
what we saw sort of happen here. Um
Well, in the beginning, she does push Mai away, and then Mai continues, and
which
yeah,
can you rewind it? I could
yeah,
go hiding behind my hand a lot. So
yeah, yeah.
not that I
So,
want to watch this again because it was but
so yeah. So you'll see here. There's gonna be a like she's gonna say like a physical no. At a point.
レナコちょっとマイ愛してるよ綺麗だな本当に綺麗な女の子
While admiring how pretty Mai is.
きっとみんなに自慢できる経験になっちゃうよね
so she
Mm-hmm.
let's pause it real quick. So at least in that moment, she's like
Mm-hmm.
entertaining
Yeah.
the situation.
Yeah.
She's feeling the situation out. She's also overcome by Mai, and she's also looking up at Mai in awe. Whereas
Yeah.
we don't get Mai's POV because this is your main character's Reneko.
Yeah.
You just see it in how her face is drawn in that one moment where she's looking. It's just like, oh, okay, wow, right. So she is in awe. Whereas in Reneko, we're getting Reneko's POV and how her mind is processing.
Mm-hmm.
She's also in awe, but we get the actual verbal confirmation of, wow, she is beautiful. Wow, if we do this is a memory I will have forever, and I get to talk about sleeping with someone, or I don't
Yeah.
know, or going to whatever base with someone as eloquent and as beautiful as she is,
Yeah.
right? So we see the desire to continue, the reciprocal emotion happening there.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, to that point, yeah.
Yeah, to that point. That's why I had you
Yeah.
pause. That's why I had you pause.
人肌に触れるのは心地いい。でもそれを求めちゃうと友達のままじゃいられなくなると思うか
And
ら。
then the conflict that she's having.
Mhm.
そうだ。私は
Okay.
君と
So yeah.
Mhm.
恋人になりたいんだ。
Yeah.
変われる
And this is where it gets messy.
自分になれるのかも。レナ子。え？嘘でしょ。大丈夫だ。
Yeah.
優しくて。
Yeah.
そんな問題じゃなくて。
Yeah.
愛してるよ。このタイミングで言うな。てかそこは
Don't say that right now.
Yeah.
本気で無理だから。ただいま。
And then, yeah,
Ooh!
like homegirl coming in here, and this is just the absolute. You can't script this any
Ugh.
better, folks.
The secondhand embarrassment. Oh my god. Oh.
You can't script this any better.
Okay. Ooh.
Oh, well, mine's
So
about to go.
secondhand.
You
Ooh,
know.
yeah.
You know, it's
Getting
this-
caught. Ooh.
It's the
Um.
sister walking away very slowly like this. Like, you know, the
Okay,
way
fine,
they
bye.
animated her, like she couldn't even walk. She had to float out of the room, bro.
Like, okay. All right. So let's pause it real quick before we
Yeah.
jump into the next part, because the next part is extremely important.
Yeah.
So there is the physical no and the articulated verbal no.
Yeah.
We're not. No, I don't want this. And this is where it gets messy.
Yeah.
Because even when a person is lost in the feeling, there is the no way, no way, and my should have stopped. My should have stopped. My lifting up her, oh my god, wait. My throwing her legs over her shoulders and not respecting that boundary is a problem. And that coupled with her sister seeing her is what leads to the smack.
Yep.
Which Mai rightfully deserves. So I can critique this critically and praise it at the same time, because I think it is important to know that boundaries between women, sapphic women, do get crossed. And funnily enough, I think it's important to show this, because we don't take same-sex relationships in this way, with these kind of situations, as seriously as we do with different gendered relationships. And there's also an aspect, not too much at play here, but
Mhm.
within the community where we don't take boundaries being set by, let's say, mask or butch presenting sapphics versus aggressive natures of femmes sapphics, and them not respecting those boundaries. That's not happening here, because I find that they're both quite feminine.
Mhm.
But I just wanted to that is a thing. So that is an asterisk that can get talked about at some other time. But these things, these aspects, these moments are important to illustrate, because we need to talk about it. We need to talk about how a lot of that is disregarded. How some women think that they can get away with pushing boundaries because it's another woman. And that's not right.
Mhm.
And these things happen quite often. So, though I love Mai and I understand her character, right? And I understand how we got here, her not backing the fuck off is a problem. I would say that, like, if I'm gonna critique a male character from doing it, I have to critique a female character from doing it. And I think it's very important to be able to distinguish that and to talk about it. I think what happens afterwards, like the wake up of it, and especially like, look, it's easy to freeze, right, when the door opens and you're just both in a compromising position and you're just like, right, you're stuck in time. But even with her not releasing her legs as her sister leaves is also a problem, because you feel that there maybe she's still so caught up in it, even with the distraction and the interruption, that maybe she feels that they could keep doing this, that she wants to keep doing this. And Reniko slaps her the fuck out, like knocks some fucking sense well within her right. And that wake, obviously, we're going to see the repercussions of it in the next episode. I can't go much further into, well, I hope Mai has learned her lesson, or they talk about this later on, and they talk about it in an honest, open way. That's what I hope for episode 4. But right here, Mariko had every right to smack her and yell at her. She set a boundary. She's like, hey, this is my house. I'm saying no, I'm pushing you off and you're not stopping. And now my fucking sister saw, when I'm not even like, it's so obviously she can't quite articulate that just yet. There is the embarrassment and the pain that she's also experiencing because she hasn't quite come to terms with her own sexuality. So it's that being caught in doing something that you're not I mean, look, it's very embarrassing if a guy and girl does it, but there's a different weight. There truly is a different weight for queer people when you're getting caught in the act and you haven't even come out, or you haven't even come to terms with your queer identity. And now someone is privy to what you haven't even decided you are comfortable with, or if this is how you want to construct who you are as a person. Like, we don't choose to be queer, right? We are queer, but we have to choose to accept ourselves, right? Whereas heteros have the acceptance right away, right? They have the internalized acceptance and societal acceptance. Then, we would obviously have to down with race and age, blah, 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 and all that other stuff. But, like, for queer people, if you do not have the support system, or if you're in a society that looks upon who you are as bad, as dirty, as wrong, you innately have to come to terms and accept it, right? You have to accept who you are. And some people can't, or never have, and go up in the world not fully themselves. And that's so heartbreaking. And it's kind of like watching all that unfold in Reniko, especially also there at the end. It's just like my heart breaks, because it's like, damn, this girl really is just trying to make friends. She's also trying to navigate, maybe I have too, but have I really given, like, because again, she can't just like girls. We can never just like other women. We have to caveat with, maybe I just don't give guys, maybe I just haven't been given the right guys a chance, right? Even if you know down you don't like men, you're still brainwashed and trained to being, well, I have to try, right? Some of us are just like, again, readily accept and go out in the world as queer. A lot of us don't have that. That's what she's fighting with. So it's that pain of being found out when you haven't come to terms with who you are. Fuck, it's not like I figured my shit out and now someone in my family might think I'm gay. Holy fuck, they might think I'm gay. Is this gonna, it does change for a lot of us how our families interact with us. Shit, I haven't even come to terms. Now they're gonna assume something about me. Now how do I mitigate and manage this? I see it all working in her brain, the pain and the emotion and the hurt and the confusion and the fuck you, fuck you. I told you now, no, and now look where the fuck I am. She saw us. And it circles right back to the push at school. No one can see us like this. it's fine when we are alone, but like in a hotel room, because not like anyone is walking in. This is my home. This is my safe space. You are breaking so many rules and pushing so many boundaries, your wants, because you are spoiled, because you can't, like, no, you don't. And it's well within Reneko's right to not have to understand right, but as an audience member, I think it's fair that we take a look at each character and their aspects of what got us here, right? Even as a, you know, yeah. Because I even think there's even a part of that might even be trying to work her own shit out too, right? It's like, I've never been this open with another woman before. I have no problem with liking other girls, no problem with liking other, but this is different. How do I come to terms with how I'm feeling too, and someone pushing back on my feelings? What? That's crazy. No, not here. But again, she's still in the wrong. So when she smacks her and she wakes up and she just apologizes and leaves, my heart breaks more for Reneko. And it's really tough. It really was just like I was crashing through that whole scene. A lot of crashing happening for me internally. And then when we just get Reneko isolating herself again, sitting there in her room, in her safe space, like, bro, you just violated my whole shit, bro. You just violated my whole shit, right? And then you start feeling bad because you know what happened is hurting you, but it's that moment, like, that's why I had you pause before at the first bit of the interaction, because she wanted it. She wanted it, right? And it's coming to terms with, fuck, but I did want this, but it all just fucking fell apart or constructed itself in a way that I was uncomfortable. But I wanted this. And now she's back to feeling bad about, fuck.
Everything's blown up.
Yeah.
Everything.
So truly, this last bit, especially her in the dark in her room, breaks my heart. Breaks my fucking heart. Because it really is that moment too where you're trying to figure your shit out. You're kind of falling for someone, but you're also trying to create space for yourself and who you are as an individual. And she doesn't have those stepping stones yet, right? Because she's so young, and she's, you know, she's been hurt in the past, right? So we see, like, rejection, right? That's also playing a part too. Like, fuck, I'm scared to reject people. Is that also what I'm feeling too? Is that what I'm struggling with? Now she has to contend with, did I just want it because of my fear of rejecting people and how they treat me? Because I love being around I love the, like, she's going back and forth. Like, I can't just find strength in her. I can't use her that way. I have to respect her boundaries, but fuck, look what just happened. But I was assertive in rejection and saying no, but I also wanted it. Yeah. That was really tough. That was really, really tough. It is very, like I said, that was a roller coaster of emotion to watch, because it is like, oh shit, I can't believe this is actually happening, that we're seeing this kind of reciprocal, aggressive, non-regressive, intimate movement happening between these two, juxtaposed to the allowance, the comfortable allowance that Aji-san gave her for leering at her and looking at her, right? That she's like, it's like sexual also in nature, but there's a different level to it where, okay, I know you're looking at me that way.
Yeah.
And I'm liking how you're looking at me that way. And then when we get to Mai and Reneko, it's like, she's looking at me that way, and I'm looking at her that way, and I like it. But now we're too close. It's being able to appreciate other women and girls from afar because she was also not touching her, right? It was all now this is an enclosed physical situation. And that's when it becomes so intense and you're just like, oh, it's a lot. So yeah. I mean, I really could go on, but I want to see how next week plays out in order to really quantify the differences that we're seeing here laid out for us. Um and yeah, I just feel for Renico. I truly it breaks my heart. It breaks my heart what she's going through. It's the fighting of trying to accept yourself, trying to accept your desires, right? Because that's also what's happening with
Mm-hmm.
her too. How do I accept that I desire this other girl in this way? Um, that I kind of crave it. My body kind of craves it too, but I'm not there yet. I'm not comfortable in that space yet. Yeah. Yeah.
So unfortunately, like I said, I've been spoiled,
Mm.
and so I know way more than I should, which steals away the total impact for me with this particular art itself. Um, because I know what's gonna happen at
Mm.
it's I don't have the context of what's gonna happen in between now and then when the other things get revealed, but because I have that spoiler, there's a lot of things that's gonna happen that's gonna have a lot of less impact um until it comes about, right? What I will say is that the online reaction was pretty much around the same as yours, to my because of course everyone, like, yeah, there were some people that were trying to defend like Mai's actions and whatnot, but it was a lot of Apothecary Diaries fans and Watanare fans, and they're just like, and they drew the Venn diagram of Mai and Jinchi literally being the same type of person,
Right. And
versus
I
Renako
was
and Mao
so
Mao.
vocal. Yep, I was
Yeah,
so vocal about my critique on Mao and Jinshi and the cave
yeah,
and how Jinshi approaches Mao Mao.
yeah,
There is a
and
difference with Mao Mao
Jinchi.
and Reneko,
Oh, Mama, yeah,
um
yeah,
with how they act and also age wise, and also there, like I said, there is an undercurrent of difference
yeah,
because one is straight and one is queer.
yeah,
So there is a different impact to the situation, but
yeah,
personality wise and actions wise,
yeah,
Jinshi and Mai are
yeah.
playing on the same field here. Yeah.
Yeah, so that was like pretty much a lot of discussions. Yeah, some people was just like, "Yo, Renako should have went harder," and but the main crux of this relationship at the moment is in flux. Just thinking about how much worse it would have been. Now my main thing was how fast it took for Renako's sister to walk Aji-san to like to stop and come
Yeah,
back,
that was
right?
truly really fast. Yeah,
So
yeah.
I thought that time wise, I was like, that's a bit wonky, but I'm better the sister than the mother,
Mhm. Right.
right?
Um,
Or her
I
dad. Who
mean,
knows? Who knows
look,
who knows what would have
there
happened if it
there
wasn't
are
Reneko's
situations
sisters?
where, but there are situations also too where parents are accepting and your siblings aren't, and
Yeah,
that makes your life a living hell because your siblings then choose to make your life a living hell.
yeah,
So it seems like either way,
yeah,
and look, it could have truly, yes, it
yeah.
could have been worse if her
It could
parents
have.
walked in, but I don't want to lessen the impact of what could
It
the
was
possible
siblings. Yeah,
yeah, what could happen with a sibling, because I don't want everyone to think, yeah, if I come out to my brother or my sister, they're gonna accept me. It
yeah,
does not always work that way. So please,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah. Um, yeah. My the escalation from all right, I gave you a week and now I'm just gonna start kissing you, just whenever, it's just and like you mentioned it before, like, I mean, in same-sex couples, a lot of it does fly by, right?
Hmm.
Hold on, oh, you froze a little bit. Okay. But yeah, a lot, there you go. Yeah, a lot has flown by, and other people who I also know that have been in same-sex relationships, they said the same thing too. Because if it was in a hetero relationship, a lot of it gets called out much sooner. or the like the pushiness of things. But like if you look at Mai's actions from episode 2, you know, in the tub itself, right? You know, you can, a lot of people would just be like, all right, well, they're not really feeling Mai. Like it's also Renako, like she did not say no during this time in the tub. So that's why I think people gave leeway. But she did say no in episode 1 when Mai wanted to kiss her. And that was already like, all right, overstepping boundaries. This here, you know, into the beginning of the episode, already kissing her on the you know, like in school. She's like, what are you doing? Like, we're in school, we can't do this, right? Clearly, Renako is trying to figure her shit out, and is in the space of, all right, well, do I like girls? Do I like girls, right? Like it's a very big difference, right? Obviously. And this is what she's trying to navigate through, right? And she's at the point where, all right, well, there's friendship and then there's lovers, right? We've only seen the first instance of her interacting with boys and anyone interacting with boys in this episode, like the very first one, and we saw that she was just ostracized from her friends who are girls that clearly are like into boys, and there's like, hey, these boys are coming over, and she just wasn't, you know, comfortable with that. And it wasn't more so like, it's not, I don't think we really got to the point of whether she didn't feel comfortable around the boys because she doesn't like boys, or it's just her being antisocial.
Right. There's no confirmation of that. Why it's very important to note that Renako truly is still trying to figure out what's what her sexuality is. Who she's attracted to. To me, it read more like, I'm already uncomfortable around people. Maybe it's just easier to be comfortable with girls, and now girls want to be around boys, and I'm not.
Yeah.
Truly, it is different being around boys than it is girl. And I could say this as a woman who gets treated differently by men because I like girls, and also, so yes, it is very different for
Renako, because you know, and as episodes go by, they're going to address it more and more. I'm not trying to like touch on what I've been spoiled on, but like with Aji-san, you know, like they're going to, looks like they are going to explore more, because when Renako does feel more comfortable around her, you can say that right now, than she does around Mai, mainly because Mai is more of an oppressive, knows what she wants, gets what she wants type of like character.
She's pushing.
And you know, usually these characters in real life also go into the same thing, right? And you know, calling attention once again to, you know, Mai here, right? You know, like she's, you know, Mai is telling that Renako's telling Mai, like, all right, look, you're acting too fast, you know, you need to be on a leash. Mai's just like, look, I want to take this thing to the next level. All right, look, we kissed like a week ago or however long ago it was in the tub. We've already seen each other naked, so you know, let's go on. You know, some people are already having the conversation on Twitter, like this is like clearly Mai is not a virgin, like clearly, or like she might have some sexual experience because they're about to do something sexual. You can.
I mean, sure, but you know, that it's fine to assume that, but I'm kind of taking it as like, you know, it could also be her. It could be.
I mean,
it could be her
for sure.
Right, her first time with a girl, or with a girl in this level of intimacy. That she actually likes in this way.
Yeah,
there is a difference. Even if you sleep with people, depending on who you are as an individual. For some of us, you just sleep with someone and it really doesn't, it's not as intense as when you are even slightly intimate. A kiss, a handhold, a hug with someone you genuinely have feelings for. That is a whole new chemistry set that you're dealing. It's making me up. Just thinking so many emotions. Just thinking about what that does to you mentally can fuck you up.
And for Mai, who is like, you know, well, she says she hasn't, you know, been with girls before, so this is new to her, and she has mentioned, you know, other like, you know, boyfriends, and then saying that to Renako at least that while this is a new experience for her, She's navigating it, but for her, it's another relationship, right? For
Mhm.
Nako, she can't think about it as being another relationship because she's never had a relationship. She's never had to
Mhm.
think. Well, up until now, we can say that if there was a person that she had a crush on, it was another guy. But now we're in the space where a girl has openly confessed towards her,
Mhm.
and then you have another girl in Aji-san which is talking about confessing to girls or even questioning and teasing her, and she's like, well, I actually might start liking Aji-san, but I have this whole other thing with Mai, and I mean, like, even Mai's looking at the text messages with the cold responses and stuff like that, and Mai has, like, she has her claws in Renako, right? And is highly
And I think
possessive.
Reniko, I also
Yeah.
have to say Reniko has her in Mai too.
Yeah.
Like they both are feeling this, like they are drawn to each other now. Like
Yeah.
we see, like, again, not
Yeah.
to big up about what's happening more towards the end of this episode.
Yeah.
And you look, and some people are just pushy. Some people are just like, we're all different with
Yeah.
love and feelings, and but it's also people who are pushing need to understand boundaries. That's where
Yeah.
we're at. It's Reniko does feel the loss, right? Because she's talking about
Mm-hmm.
it. Why? Wow. I know it's raining, but it does seem a bit heavier because she's
Mm-hmm.
not here. I still think about our kiss.
Yeah.
I still can't, like, she sees her on TV, and it's that longing that,
Yeah.
oh, we were okay. And then, but it's not verbalizing it out loud,
Mm-hmm.
right? With Mai, it's like, oh no, like I fucking
It's
miss you.
yeah, I miss you, and we're about to do
I
this. Yeah, I need you. Like,
yeah,
I need my daily dose of
yeah,
Renako, and like, even the kiss that they share here just before this, and then she's letting her know, like, my wears her heart on her sleeve, right?
mm-hmm.
Maybe being in love isn't always a good thing, like how, like, she's making it very well apparent, right? And of course, when we get into this portion, right? You'd think it's where I'm still in my uniform at home.
But look,
Yeah.
look at her face.
Yeah. When
She's
she does, yeah. Like
gone.
my,
She's
yeah.
gone.
Yeah. Hold on. Yeah.
Look.
Yeah. Like
I know
she,
this
yeah.
face. I know she's just like, she's
Yeah.
not hearing. She's
She's
just
not.
feeling and
Nah,
seeing.
yeah, and this is, mind you, once again too. She's already seen her butt naked. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
right.
But I think also people need to
This is
understand
it's
too.
the
Sometimes,
intimacy. Yeah,
yeah, there's a different level of intimacy with
yeah,
underwear, with clothes,
yeah.
as
It's
opposed to nudity. There
yeah,
is a
yeah.
difference.
Like it's
And
she came into the
whoa,
bathtub and
yeah,
she took her towel off. This is someone taking your clothes off
yep,
intimately on top of you, with intentions to do things, right?
yes,
And at this point, Renako is also thinking that, all right, well, it's like, if I think under certain other circumstances, this might have gone farther than what things are.
mm,
But there's also a point where before her sister even comes in, she did tell her like no multiple times, right? Mainly because one, Renako, she's just not ready, right?
mm-hmm,
Not ready for whatever was going to happen. She just wasn't ready for it.
yeah,
Meanwhile, Mai's just like, no, you're ready for it. You're ready. This is the time is now type of deal,
yeah,
and that's what Mai was pushing for. And Mai is saying that that Renako is ready because she's ready,
mm-hmm,
and clearly overstepping her boundaries. And
mm-hmm.
like, yeah, the sister thing, that's gonna be interesting to see how that folds out. I think, if memory serves me right, when we were checking out the ending, the sister, correct me if I'm wrong, I believe the sister is a part of the crew here. Um, yeah, like, obviously they're showing the other people with each other too. But I wanted to double check if who was in the car.
It's, I think, her,
It's just Sakara,
Mai's driver.
Mai's driver. Okay. Like, yeah, like,
Yeah,
I'm like, who the fuck is this? Because that was
Mai's.
confusing me for a second.
I'm gonna assume it's Mai's driver because
Yeah,
that a rich fancy car like that, kind of, that's what makes sense
yeah.
to me.
Cause, like, yeah, it has to be, because they out here, they whipping. Yeah. So yeah, I thought it was a sister for a second. So we'll see how things fall out. Obviously next Monday is gonna be a firestorm because, like I said, this was trending yesterday, and there was people who don't normally tweet about this series, tweeting about this series because of this particular scene. Is it the first major girl love scene where it's not the first girl scene where there's something sexual that happens, but something like of this accord to break like the internet. I think to me, I know this is the first because when I saw the tweet, it has 65,000 likes. You know, it like, and I mean, like, we're talking about even with bots. All right, I could like if it had bots, it wanted to have like 1,800 comments as well. Because a lot of people were asking like what anime. Of course, you're gonna get the people asking what anime this is, but it's the retweets that were also like, bro, like, and they're just going back and forth, and I'm just like, fuck, I spoiled myself. But this is a conversation that's only going to explode until the following week, and then until we get the other spoiler that I got, which is also going to blow shit up. So in a different way, that's gonna blow that one. Oh, different way. But yes, guys, stop the spoilers in the comment section. There was one person that they gave us the slight spoiler, and that one was like one of the unavoidable ones. But I'm glad they put an act like to prevent from the real spoilers afterwards. Because for saying what's going on currently in the chapters and whatnot, and then saying about what's going on with what's going on with Renako, like that's a spoiler in and of itself, right? Just saying she's trying to figure her shit out still in the future lets us know that she's not gonna, like that information coming into right now. It's like, all right, well that changes the viewing experience in a way.
It does.
So I'm like, even those slight things, folks, can change viewing experience, and that's just one of the comments that was just unavoidable. It's like, I go in and I'm just like, oh, they haven't figured shit. I'm like, come on, bro. And like I said, I get upset about spoilers. Like, it's one thing for me to spoil myself. It's another thing when comments are just willingly out there, just going off.
I feel. I mean, I've talked about it before.
Malicious too, but
yeah, I've talked about it before. I generally don't mind spoilers, especially when it's like for older movies and shows. Like, but because this is current and it's also running, the manga is also at the same time, I'm assuming it is very much just like, hey, it's not like we're behind, right? We're a day behind, but we are catching up. It's pretty much how I feel how Superman was online. Like, please, this is the same thing. It just came out. Just give us a moment to watch it. Just give us a moment.
The spoiler dropped before the episode even dropped. So that's that was one of those. But we'll leave it off there, folks. Spicy stuff. I know those gifts are going to be everywhere of what Mai was about to do, Renako.
I will say to me, the active motion of Mai about to go down on Renako, a girl about to go down on another girl in this context, to me is a little groundbreaking. So I will really give it up to this anime for that they're not shying away. Again, what the situation is bad, but they're not shying away from showing, like, because it's like, normally
outside of hentai or whatever shit that they like, this other school hentai shit that that's airing, that we saw the trailer like before we noped out of that, because it was also streaming, so it was absolutely
right.
But outside of that, this is
I really truly it's a bad situation, but I am,
before it turned towards the bad situation,
I'm appreciative of showing the physical act, or at least alluding to I'll talk about it at some point, but yes, I just want to say that. Yes.
I mean, then you have the sister walking in. Now that is your traditional something's about to happen, and then someone walks in. I think what's more groundbreaking is that these characters have already kissed, so it's not like we're gonna have an interruption of a kiss this time. No, Mai is going down on
this was whoa, and even that's the like again I'm telling you guys right now, the impact of that of a sexual situation with another girl, another woman, and that being perceived for some, especially at that age, can be horrifying, because relations with women are seen as unacceptable to the point where women who like other women struggle with accepting it in themselves. And I'm very interested in, and I also gotta say that the way this is done, I can tell it is not for the male gaze. This is for the sapphics. This is this is for the girlies to watch. There is a difference. And you know, and I very much appreciate that. I think it's just very hard when things like this are, it's you, when as soon as you said the gifts are going to be out, my heart broke in two, because I was like, fuck,
They are.
those assholes are going to use this in inappropriate ways, and this is where we start getting the disingenuous conversation and the deflection and the lack of care of this episode and these characters.
Yeah.
And
'Cause
queerness.
I'm pretty sure the sapphics are going to be using the gifts, but the fact is this went omega viral and is only going to continue to go omega viral once more and more people like start getting a hold of the series. I mean, some of our clips watching the series are starting to gain a lot of traction on other social media sites as well. So it's like, yeah. Well, folks, we'll be catching you guys next time. You already know. Like, subscribe, share. Doses.